Hello and welcome to another review by me, the English Reviewer. I'm going to be reviewing John Carpenter's classic Halloween film from 1978. I want to say thank you to all subscribers and all people who are supporting my work. I wouldn't be doing this without you. So the storyline goes like so. Michael Myers, him, played by Nick Castle, and about 5 other people, has been locked up for 15 years in a mental institute called Smith's Grove. He has escaped the night before Halloween, actually, though, and returned to his hometown, Haddonfield, where he starts a bloody and unforgettable killing spree. The people he's going after are mainly these 3 girls. Laurie, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, Annie, played by Nancy Loomis, and Linda, played by PJ Soles. Laurie and Annie are babysitting on the day that Michael comes back home, which is pretty unfortunate, really. And to make the film a little bit more interesting, you also have Dr. Sam Loomis, who is Michael's doctor, played by Donald Pleasance, and Sheriff Brackett, played by Charles Cyphers, or Sivers, or however you pronounce that name. I think it's Cyphers. To begin with, I just want to say that John Carpenter, in my opinion, is a bloody genius for making such a great film on such a low budget of just $325,000. He used his money wisely in this film, and I mean wisely. You need to watch it to get a full feel for how he did it. So yeah, I just want to say that. So, to start on the negative side of what I don't really like about this film, here we go. So, Loomis, he's just gone off to go and ask the people to open the gate, and here's Michael, and you get a great scene of where you don't know where Michael is. It builds up some tension. She's all scared and stuff. She doesn't really know what's going on, and then, oh my fucking god, his hands come out. Yeah, and then she tries to get away, and Loomis has just seen that. Yeah, so obviously he can see Michael doing all this stuff. And you think he'd try to stop him or something. He's just been bloody talking about how dangerous he is, and he's not doing anything. I mean, what's he doing when all this is going on? Taking a shit? I mean, come on. You think he'd come and help her? And then, look, he just gets in there. It took about 5 seconds to run there. It would have taken Loomis about 5 seconds to get there. And, he even runs after the car. It's like, it's a bit late now. And then he even says this.
He's gone. He's gone from here. The evil is gone.
Well, no shit, he's gone. You just let him go. But it is a really cool escape anyway. This part just makes me laugh. Listen to what Laurie says.
Oh, fancy.
Now look at what she's wearing. She has no right to say that, really. This part also kind of bothers me. Loomis is standing outside the Michael's house, waiting for him to return for like the duration of the middle part. He's probably thinking, I'll take a shit when Michael turns up again. I did it before, I'll do it now. And then he suddenly realizes that Michael's car is parked right next to him. Now he notices? You think he would have noticed earlier. He's been there for ages. This part annoys me a lot as well. Alright, so you see Tommy, he's coming out here. These bullies are so fucking annoying. Listen to them. Listen to them.
Leave me alone! He's gonna get you! 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 He's gonna get you!
Shut up! We get it!
The boogeyman is coming! Don't you know
Oh my
what
god.
happens on Halloween?
That kid should get bullied for the most irritating voice on earth.
Boogeyman! Who's the boogeyman? Boogeyman!
Well, who's coming for him? Oh, the boogeyman! Oh, I didn't get it the first 50 fucking time. Oh, then they have a little cute little laugh. How annoying. But then it's saved. Oh, Michael saves that scene, thank god. He's like, shut up, you're making this film shit. They weren't even good bullies. Oh god, they destroyed his pumpkin. Ugh. You want to see good bullies? You watch Halloween 4. There's some mean bullies in that film. This kind of bothers me as well. So you're watching the credits, and whoa, what is this? Michael Myers, age 23. It's pretty clear in the film that he's 21. He even says there in the credits he was 6 years old when he killed his sister, and he's been locked up for 15 years, so he should be 21. But they say 23. Well, it's not a big problem. It's just a bit irritating, and you get dumb people on IMDb going, he's 23, he's 23, he's 23. He's not 23, he is 21. So about 3 minutes of the film annoys me, and the rest of it is purely and simply amazing. The story of a boy who just randomly decided to kill his sister and now wants to kill more people is so chilling and frightening. It's much scarier than a kid being bullied or beaten as a child. That's something some people can relate to, and you can understand why he becomes that, but him doing it randomly is just, ooh, scary, man. The chemistry between the characters is superb in this film, especially between the girls. They really are just average day girls, even in today's world. Talking about boys, worrying over homework, and the way they talk and act to each other is just great. You really get to know the characters and care about them, which I feel is essential to any film. Because if you don't care for a character, then there's no real point in them being in the film, except for a cool death scene. So kudos to Deborah Hill, who mainly wrote the talk between the characters. The girl characters, I should say. The casting is pretty good, especially for this low-budget film. Donald Pleasance, he's pretty good as Loomis. I'm not a die-hard fan of him. He does get a bit annoying. I mean, even the sheriff gets annoyed with him.
Stop it. More fancy talk.
But I think his acting in this part is actually excellent, really. I think it's really good. I mean, his expression when he sees Michael's body not there, it's just perfect. He's not the typical character who would be shocked if Michael wasn't there. Donald thought, well, why don't I try doing it a different way? Why don't I try showing that the character Loomis knew this was going to happen? I've seen the interviews with John Carpenter that this was Donald's idea to have it so that the character Loomis knew that Michael wasn't going to be there. Donald had a great understanding, this means, even though he was only on set for a few days, he had a great understanding of Loomis's character, which I think is really good. I think that Jamie Lee Curtis's acting is good in this film. I really don't care that she's screaming on it. It really doesn't bother me. I think she really gets across to the audience that she is a nice, sweet girl, which is essential to a horror film, really, so that the audience can feel sympathetic to her, especially when she's being chased by Michael. The supporting cast is good. It's above average actually for a horror film. It's pretty good. Nick Castle, although Michael was played by a lot of other people in the film, Nick Castle did a good job, I think, as Michael, especially when he tilts the head. The famous Michael trademark, tilting of the head. And I like the wheezing sound we get from Michael as well. His it's pretty cool. It reminds me of Darth Vader, but it is good in this film, and it gives the silent killer more life, I think. Nick Castle, therefore, you get a good old round of applause, and I think he did a good job. The man that made this film really work, though, is John Carpenter. He created so much fear and so much suspense in this film that he is just amazing. You have to see it to believe it, really. He didn't use any false scares, like a cat jumping out at you, and he didn't need to use gore in this film to get across how scary this film is. This film is a classic, and he set basically the basics for horror films, so good job, John Carpenter. He also composed the film, John Carpenter, and we all know how the theme goes, da 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 da, and that's my favourite theme of all horror films. It's a great theme. So overall, with a great storyline, an awesome killer, and an amazing director, and a good set of characters, Halloween is definitely a great horror film to watch, and without it, there probably wouldn't have been a lot of other horror films. It can be said, though, that it might not be as entertaining as Nightmare on Elm Street, which it kind of involves the Freddy Krueger, the villain, more. Like, Michael's in it, but he's not, like, talking or anything. Freddy might be more entertaining to watch. So I recommend maybe watching Halloween first, okay? Then Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm also changing something. I'm not rating out of 10 anymore. I'm rating out of 5. So, out of 5, I give this film 4 out of 5. It is a really good film. Definitely check it out if you're a horror fan. Also, watch the Halloween series before the Friday the 13th series. They are quite similar in areas, but Halloween was out before Friday the 13th, so you'll appreciate Halloween more if you watch it first. Also, anybody who cares, this is how I rate my other reviews out of 5, because this is how I'm going to do it from now on. I'm doing this because 1 to 10 gives you too much freedom, basically, and all the other reviewers do it, Mr. Black and that. This is the English Reviewer. I hope you've enjoyed my review. Please subscribe and all that to support my channel, and my next review will be Friday the 13th.